So I'm going to talk about today the 5 key things I think all businesses should be thinking about as a minimum when they are writing their policies for their company. I think people don't necessarily think about things before they write it. They kind of just think, right, need a policy, let's just get it down, but they don't think about the bigger picture. So to start with, understand why the policy is being written. You know, what's the meaning of it? Is it needed? Does it need to be on its own? Does it need to be with other policies? Does it need to be 50 pages long? Not 50, but, or can it just be a few pages long? You know, why are you writing it? Is it a legal requirement? Which takes me on nicely to keeping it legal, compliant and up to date. So you want your policies to be in line with statutory or above statutory, but as a minimum at least in line with statutory requirements. You know, things change all the time, so make sure you're keeping up to date with it, and if things need to be changed, do it, communicate it with the employees. Which now takes me to the communication and reviewing section. So I think to communicate it with your staff is so important, because I have clients where some employees don't even know various policies exist, which is crazy because a lot of them are there to support them and help them. So make sure you're communicating these policies with your teams and make sure you review them regularly to make sure they're up to date. Another one which does get overlooked is making sure they're clear, concise and practical. I think, you know, back 20, 30 years ago, policies were long, drawn out, you know, everything was absolutely explicitly covered, which is really, really good. However, are people going to want to read that? You want to make it sure that everything's covered, but it's clear, concise and it's practical. Does everyone understand it? You know, you might have a very diverse workforce and you need to make sure all your policies are accessible and understandable for everyone. And finally, make sure you're involving the right people. This is so key, you know, don't just have top level people writing the policies if they're going to affect the people, you know, slightly down the hierarchy. Make sure you're communicating with staff, perhaps having some employee reps, and just generally making sure that everyone agrees with it and, you know, it's something that can be put forward in the company and actually, you know, followed. So yeah, those are my 5 top tips just to start with to write policies.